All right, 2022 rolls on, and what was a crazy market last month has now officially become Crazy Town, USA. The market continues to amaze. This is Steve, real estate agent with the Malone Realty Group at EXP here in the Atlanta area. All right, these numbers just came in from January going into February because we're recording this on February 1st. So these numbers are for the FMLS and a couple of counties within the FMLS, which services the metro Atlanta area. So let's take you back a month. If you watched our video, we talked about where we were numbers wise last month, December going into January. And the number of houses that were on the market bottomed out to the lowest level that we had seen recorded in at least 25 years. Typically, this is the lowest time of the year, December and January. So it's not unusual that it's low. It's unusual that it is this low. This is the lowest that we have ever seen. So we say all of that to say what was going to happen with the numbers as we went into January into February. That's what we're watching. So what are the numbers? So let's talk about the number that we're watching. It's called months supply of inventory. If you've watched us before, we've talked about that. But real quick, what the month supply of inventory means is if I added no more houses to the market, and we added no more houses, the houses that we have right now, how long does it take to sell all those houses? Okay. How long does it take? That's the number, that's your month supply of inventory. Okay. So in a normal situation, if it's 5 to 6 months, that's a balanced market. That's not necessarily a buyer's market or a seller's market. It's balanced if it's in that 5 to 6 month range. 3 months of inventory, meaning we have much fewer houses, obviously, is a seller's market. You get in that 1 to 2 month range. You're talking about an extreme seller's market. But coming December into January, we're at 1.1 months of inventory, the lowest that we've seen in at least 25 years. Where are we going to be going January into February? Even lower. We are officially at 1.0 months supply of inventory going from January into February. Now, we're recording this on February 1st. There is a chance that the FMLS doesn't have all the data in there. So it may actually bounce back to like maybe a 1.1, maybe. More than likely, it's going to be a 1.0. Even if it goes to 1.1, it still remains that it's crazy low, the amount of houses that are on the market. Now, that's the FMLS. Let's take a look at some of the counties that are going right now that we service. So Fulton County is at 1.1 months of supply. Hall County is at 1.0, which matches the overall FMLS. Cherokee County is at 0.9. Cobb County is at 0.8. Gwinnett County is at 0.8. And Forsyth County, which has been the epicenter of Crazy Town, USA for the last several months, continues to be because they're at 0.6 months of inventory. A half month of inventory. It is crazy how there is nothing to buy in Forsyth County still. Okay, now there's nothing to buy. How are the buyers doing right now? Are there buyers out there? Well, there's another thing that we look at through the FMLS. It's something called shows per listing. So the number of people that go and see the house per listing. That number has now gone up to the highest level that we saw, or that we've seen, I should say, since March or April. Okay, so and that was the record high, going into March and April last year. That's when everything went completely crazy. It had calmed down, but now we're back up. What does all that mean? That means that the little houses that we have on the market they're getting visited by a lot of buyers. There are a lot of buyers out there. This is not what we typically see in January and February. January and February are usually a quieter month. Typically, it's the people who need to buy and the people who need to sell are doing that in January and February. That's why we always say that's usually a really good time to steal a deal, January and February, because there's a lot less competition out there. That's not the way it's been since COVID started. Every month's crazy, and it is crazy right now. So that is the market right now. The other thing that we're watching is we're watching interest rates. When you look at the numbers for inflation, and inflation is at about 7% right now. But when you talk to some of the economists or listen to some of the economists and what they've been talking about, and watching a lot of videos on YouTube about this because I'm fascinated about kind of what it means for the overall market. With the inflation being at 7%, if you look inside the numbers, the real estate market may be underplayed. The how much the real estate market has gone up. So that 7%, as crazy as the number is, it may not be as high as it actually is. It may be a lot higher than that 7%. So I say all of that to say inflation is super big player right now. And the government really only has one way that they can combat that, or a main way to combat that, and that is to raise interest rates to try and slow everything down. So by the Feds raising their rates, while it's not a one-to-one ratio where the Feds raise the rates and mortgage rates go up, but it does have the domino effect, and it will lead to the mortgage rates going up as we head throughout the year. And I say that to say, the last time we saw the mortgage rates raise appreciably was back in 2018. The rates got back up in the upper threes, low fours, and as soon as they started going up, the real estate market really slowed down. And that slowdown was enough of a trigger to pull the rates back down to get the buyers to go back out. I don't know if that's going to happen this time or not, because the rates have to go up to slow down this inflation. And with the rates having to go up, the mortgage rates are going to go up, and they're probably going to continue to go up. So they're slowly raising right now. I think it's going to be a steady increase throughout the year. So if you were looking to refi or buy a house, this is as good as the rates are going to get right now, because it's going to continue to go up this year and potentially again next year to try and bring this inflation, back under control. So I say all of that to say, right now is Crazy Town USA if you're looking to sell a house. Okay, there's nothing out there. There's a whole bunch of buyers out there. The rates are still good, so the buyers are looking to take advantage of the rates right now. If you were to sell within the next month to 2 months, you are in a very strong position to get a very good deal. Now, I don't think that we're going to be in a situation where the prices go down. So if you were to sell your house now and then look at your house price like a year from now, I think the prices are going to go up. They're not going to go up as crazy as it did in the last year, but the prices are going to continue to go up. Okay? That being said, if you sell your house a year from now, I can't promise you that you're going to have the headache-free experience that you would have right now. Because I promise you, there are some headache-free experiences going on with these sellers right now, because I don't think the buyers are asking for a whole lot. I don't think the buyers are, doing a whole lot to make it hard on the sellers. The buyers have to do what the buyers have to do to get these deals. Sellers are in complete control. This is your opportunity. If you are a buyer, this time is probably as good as any, because two things are going to happen. The rates are going to go up. The prices are going to go up. Now's the time. And it is not pretty out there. Okay, I'm working with some buyers. It is not pretty out there. Okay, but that being said, you got to get in the game. You got to take some swings. This is also not the market to take our time and think about, and do we want to, we've made videos on this. If you are kind of thinking about it, this is not your market, okay? Which is fine. This is not the time to buy a house. If you're going to buy a house, you need to be, everybody jump into the pool, 2 feet, head first into the deep end. We are going, okay? It's time to rock and roll and go get that house and get serious about it and take a swing very quickly. And then, we do our inspection and things like that on the back end. But we got to take swings. We got to be aggressive. We got to go find that house. That's the market that we're in. What is going to happen 4 or 5 months down the road as we get into summertime? That I don't know. I think that we're going to have enough pent-up demand to where I think everything is going to last through the summertime and be crazy. But I think that once we get to June or July and that school rush is over, I think it's going to be a very interesting market that we're getting ready to come into, because I think a lot of the buyers are going to be gone. I think a lot of the sellers are going to have missed the wave, and a lot of the sellers are going to go on the market, which is going to be great. We need more houses on the market, but I think a lot of people are going to be in shock at what happens later on this year, as far as, where did the buyers go, and all of a sudden the sellers show up. And I think we could have a pretty good swing to become, I don't want to say we're going to ever turn into a buyer's market really for the next couple of years, but it's going to definitely not be the seller's market we have right now. It may just be a regular seller's market. We could get to 2 months of inventory, maybe 3 months of inventory, I would say by the end of the year, early next year, the way everything looks right now. We're just going to have to wait and see. I think what I feel very confident in is the rates are going to go up. And that's going to have a big impact on the affordability. It's going to have a big impact on buyers pulling out of the market. That's going to take some steam off the market. And I think that a lot of sellers are waiting on the sidelines. I think they're finally going to jump, and they may miss that connection, so to speak. A lot of the buyers may leave before the sellers come in. And that could be interesting to watch later on this year. Okay, so we're going to watch it. That's my 2 cents, and it's worth exactly that. So if you want to talk about your position in this market, give me a call, 470-233-4409, whether you are selling or buying. We work with both. We come up with solutions for both. Let's figure out what we can do to help you. Take care. Bye.